I'm happy with how hard we're practicing and how well we're staying on our feet and taking care of each other. We got a little tired towards the end of practice today. I could tell that, the wall is probably going to hit, and that, tomorrow is going to be a big test for us. Tomorrow and Saturday are going to be two really big tests for us because we're going to put the pads on, we're going to be physical, and it's going to be practice 5, and they've done a lot of running, a lot of banging a little bit here these last couple practices, but we need to be able to push through some of that fatigue and soreness and all that.
You thought putting the pads on will help them kind of re-energize them with full contact practice to help get through that wall?
Yeah, but that only lasts so long. At some point the body's going to come back and take over and tell you, hey, I'm tired, I'm sore, I'm hurting, and you've got to then turn your mind on and be able to combat that.
Talking about the tight end position, Andrew said that getting Kendall Moore here, veteran guy, has him adding Kendall now that Reese is here practicing. Has it solidified your worries about tight end depth? Or
I don't know that it's solidified our worries. I think we feel better about where we're at in terms of depth in that room. I think it's important on offense, to get your best 11 guys on the field and figure out a way to make sure you're doing that without straying too far from your, core beliefs of what you want to be on offense. And so we want to play with a tight end, but we're not going to be so bullheaded as to say, if the tight end is not one of our best 11 players, we're going to put him out there just because we want to play with a tight end. So, yeah, it's helped. Those, Kendall and the young guys have a ways to go in terms of acclimating to our system, but it's a lot better than where it was in the spring.
Becca was saying that Cade is really good, flexed out, mismatch kind of guy, great hands, obviously, at Lake Travis. What are you seeing from him?
Yeah, the first thing is ball skills. For a guy his size, he's got really good ball skills. I think it was the Westlake Lake Travis game where we went out there to kind of evaluate him, and he was running down the seam and I think caught a ball behind the defender's back kind of thing, and I turned to our recruiting guys and I said, yeah, we should probably offer that kid. So ball skills. Really, really conscientious kid, a guy that, he doesn't like to not do well, which is a great trait, but he's also got to be patient, understand that he's a freshman and development takes time.
Which I feel like we've asked you about every receiver except the obvious one, which is Colin Johnson. What does he bring to your offense, and what do you kind of like about him?
Yeah, Coach Orlando, talks about the, 95% of the game on defense is going to come down to, technique versus technique, assignment versus assignment, this, that, and the other. 5% of it's going to be, does a guy go out and make a great athletic play? And he made some catch yesterday, I think it was, and I said, hey, T.O., that's probably in your 5%. He said, shoot, if that guy stays on track, it might be closer to 10 to 12%. So he's fun to be around. I've never had a guy, with his height and ball skills and ability to contort his body and have that much body control. So, we got to see, how physical can he be. I think that was, we challenged him prior to camp. Hey, you check a lot of boxes: height, ball skills, speed, want to, all that stuff. It's can you be physical? And so far he has shown that he's made a lot of improvement there.
How does the lockers affect recruiting in your mind?
I think the lockers affect recruiting because, the kids that we're recruiting, some of the best schools in the nation are as well. And a scholarship is a scholarship is a scholarship wherever you go. And so how can you differentiate yourself in terms of why your place might be better for that young man. Obviously, the education you get at the University of Texas is one, our program, our development of kids is another, but you also want to provide them and show them that they're going to have the very best tools in the country that help them achieve their goals of development. And the lockers, as cool looking as they are, they're still very functional too. I mean, we're stainless steel and antimicrobial deals. We've got fans coming out, super exhaust steel to dry their pads off. So there's a lot of things in those lockers that are beneficial beyond how they look.
Tom, in terms of Charles Amenahu, guy looks, what, 6'6", 270, looks like Charles Haley. What does he need to do? What have you said to him? Where are you trying to get him?
Well, in my opinion, we have, 3 starting defensive ends in Malcolm, Chris Nelson, and him. And only two can be on the field at the same time. And whether he jogs in on the first snap or the fourth snap doesn't really matter at the end of the day. If he continues to play as well as he's playing, his reps are going to be equal to those of the other defensive ends because of what I've said before is you gotta rotate defensive linemen, especially in the Big 12 with up-tempo offenses and spread teams. You have to be able to rotate guys in. So again, whether you're taking the first snap or the fourth, it's irrelevant to us. So he just needs to stay the course. He's gotten a lot stronger. He's playing between the tackles a lot better these last couple practices. So happy with his development.
Coach,
Got time for 2 last ones?
The Pats come on tomorrow, and then obviously you guys have a scrimmage on Saturday. What would you like to see out of each day from your team?
I think tomorrow the biggest thing is we've got to stay physical for an entire practice. That your adrenaline's going to be going early in the practice. It's probably going to be a lot of hooping and hollering. There's a lot of tackle drills and our circle drill and goal line, short yardage. I mean, a lot of things that can get you excited and motivate you to play physical. But can you do it, when you've been out there for 2 hours and on the 5th day of a long week? And so that would signal success for me. And then on Saturday, it's probably just some clean execution. It will have been our 6th day and 5 days of install and fine tuning some things. So are you going to be perfect and be in game operation execution? No, but we need to tighten some things up, see some less busts on defense and less assignment errors on offense, things like that. But if we do that and come out of that scrimmage feeling like, hey, we're progressing, I think that'll be a good thing.
Last one?
Does Charles benefit from being in a 4-man front as compared to being in a 3-man front, or can he do both?
Oh, he can do both. He's very versatile. Yeah.
Last one here.
Real quick, Texas has put out a release today detailing all of the stadium upgrades, the new video board, the new sound board, I'm sure the ribbon board, better LTE coverage for phones in there, which people will be huge about. How much have you been involved in that, and how much are you in on these meetings where you're talking about fan experience?
The fan experience, yes, we've been involved in. The details of the video board and the ribbon board and the sound system and all of that, other than saying, yeah, I think that's a good idea. Nothing really too detailed there. The fan experience one, is important to me. And it's player experience too. For us, and recruit experience. That's the big one for me. Is I love giving fans a great time at our games, and hopefully the product on the field is going to be a majority of that entertainment. But for me, the biggest thing in terms of being involved in that is, one, our players. What songs are we playing on 3rd down, and when we run down on kickoff, and what are we showing on the video board, and then you know, the recruits. I want to make sure that the recruits have a great time at our games.
I mean,